Okay, the first thing you're going to do whenever you start a game is figure out what your mission is. I've got 6 different mission cards. There's 6 of them here. And they're front and back. Okay, different mission on each side. So what you're going to do is shuffle them up, flip them around, shuffle them up. And you're going to pick out, whatever mission comes up, and you're going to figure that out randomly. I'm actually going to go and find a shorter mission for the sake of this video. Okay, here we go. This mission, figure out the camera, is going to Dusseldorf, and it's bombing industry, an industrial complex. It's really irrelevant for the sake of the game, but for taste or flavor, that's what we're doing. We're going to go bomb an industrial complex in Dusseldorf. Okay, on the mission card you see a chart here, and that's your mission forecast. Okay, it goes out to zone 1 and then you're at the mission. So the way that works is you're going to set up your route out there. You're going to set this card down, mission side up, and then working from the mission card, it says mission, then it says, then working to the left, you're going to find zone 1 in the zone cards here, and you're going to stack that zone on top of it. Okay, and then next is the channel, the English channel. You stack that on top, and then you've got England. Okay, that's your route, and you're going to set your extra mission cards and your extra zone cards aside. They're not going to be in the game. So what you've got going on here is your route out and back to the mission. Okay, so if we look further into this mission card, for each zone it's got a mission forecast. Okay, for the United Nations, or the United Kingdom, you see a column that says E0, AA, which stands for anti-aircraft, none. Then over the channel it says E, which stands for encounters. Okay, encounters, you have a possibility of 2 total encounters with the enemy and no anti-aircraft. You look lower in that chart, it says your chance for a rescue is low. And then you get over zone 1, Z1, you have also a possibility for 2 encounters, but your anti-aircraft is moderately heavy. Okay, and you have a high chance for rescue. And then over the mission, you've got 1 chance for encounter, and again moderate anti-aircraft with high probability of rescue. Okay, you got an airplane here that stretches out across the entire expanse of all these zones. It says you've got fighter coverage all the way up to the mission. Okay, so you've built your mission, you've got your briefing. Now you get your bomber card, and you set it on top. You take all the rest of the cards that are already shuffled and put that on top, and it goes in hand like this. Okay, let's see if I can communicate effectively on camera. Okay, the first thing you got to do, obviously, is to take off. Okay, so any bomber has 9 total hit points. Okay, damage comes in 3 different forms. Actually 4 different forms, but as far as keeping the bomber in the air, 3 different forms. That's structural damage, control damage, and your engines. Okay, and any one of those categories can take up to 3 points of damage, and I'll get into how damage is measured as we move along. But a fresh bomber has 9 hit points for damage. Okay, so in order to figure out your probability of successful takeoff and landing, you count your total number of available hit points. In this case it's 9. Okay, so I'm going to cycle through the top 9 cards I've got, and I'm looking for a card like this one with a Z plus. Okay, that means advanced zone. Okay, so I've only shuffled through 2 cards and I find what I need. Okay, I'm going to take those 2 cards that I uncovered, I'm going to cycle them. Okay, and that indicates that I've successfully taken off and formed up, and I've now moved over the channel. Okay, so I'll take the England card and I'll cycle that to the back within its own region. Okay, now it shows I'm flying over the English Channel. And if I recall from the mission brief, I'll get the mission card out again, there's a total of 2 possible encounters, and obviously no anti-aircraft over the sea. Okay, so I'm going to be cycling through my deck again looking for a Z plus or an advanced zone marker. Okay, I'll either find one of those or I'll find an encounter that is not anti-aircraft, and I'll have to resolve that. But if I find the Z plus, then I get to move ahead again. Okay, here's an encounter for anti-aircraft. Doesn't count. Okay, as I uncover these, I continue to cycle them to the back of this deck's region, which is the sky region just above the bomber. Okay, shuffling. Okay, I show structure, none of this. Engine, control. These are all damage cards. Okay, here's the flight engineer, the tail gunner. Okay, here's my first encounter. Is the BF 109. Okay, let's take a look at this card real fast. Okay, BF 109. Okay, it's got superior high altitude performance. That just means that he can make his initial attack plus 2 successive attacks, and that's this aircraft's special ability. There are 3 different types of aircraft: the FW-190 and the ME-110, and each one of those have their own, special ability. But this one, he can make 2 successive attacks, where the other ones can only make 1 successive attack. Okay, if I read on, it says the aircraft can sustain 2 total damage results before it breaks off. It's shot down if a third damage happens, or if there's a catastrophic result, or if there's a fire. Okay. And then it talks about how to see if the guy bails out, and what happens if he's injured. Okay.